This is Jim Ball reporting in Springfield. I'm over at the Robertson County Schools Administrative Building on Woodland Street. I've come here to meet with Dan Whitlow, who is the Director of Schools. Dan and I are going to talk about what happened in Connecticut and what Robertson County is doing to protect our own children from a similar tragedy taking place here in Robertson County.
We were devastated as a system, as individuals, as teachers, as the individuals who care for students and children. The news was something that tore our hearts out, that took us to a level of unimaginative pain for those people, those teachers, those children, the parents, the school officials. We know what they're feeling. We know what that would have to be like. We do not want to experience it here, and our thoughts and our prayers and our concerns go out to them as they work through the very discouraging period that they're going to have over the next few weeks in dealing with the terrible situation that occurred there.
Now, I know that we don't really have a lot of data coming out of there yet, but let's talk about locally on the short term. What are we doing on the short term to perhaps prevent something like that happening here?
Certainly a situation like this causes us to reflect as to what could happen, what might happen, and are we prepared to deal with these situations. We want to review, and we have asked our principals and assistant principals in our schools to review their individual plans. Each school has a plan. Those plans are submitted here to the central office and reviewed here by our student services supervisor. So we are checking with those plans, ensuring that we are doing all we can with what we have available to us, that we are implementing those plans with fidelity. We as humans get lax sometimes. We decide that maybe that door doesn't have to be locked all the time, or maybe we need to do some other activity that makes life a little more convenient. We've got to ensure that plan is implemented in such a way that it does what it's intended to do, and that's provide the security to the school where we can control as much as possible those individuals who come into and would exit from our school buildings.
So you're saying taking what you already have in place and just make sure that that's being implemented properly?
Absolutely. Making sure that we're doing what we said we were going to do, making sure that we're using the tools we have to the best of our ability.
How about other, anything else as far as maybe stepping up security?
We have already met with Chief Holt. We are going to be talking to and have been talking to some of the other local law enforcement chiefs and asking them to keep a little closer eye on our schools, have a little bit higher visibility as they make their rounds during the day, just to make our people feel comfortable, to let the public know that we are very much interested in the safety and security of our schools, and to work with them to do whatever might be best for ensuring that safety.
Is there anything the parents can do, the drop-off, pick-up, delivery? Certainly the kids that are being bused, it'd be a little different. Is there anything you can offer them?
Follow those plans that they know are also in place. We have an intense situation each morning and each afternoon, especially around our elementary schools. Everybody's trying to pick up or drop off their children at the same time, and so that creates a tremendous amount of traffic. And we have coordinated plans in place. Our principals and have developed those over the years to try to make that flow as smoothly and safely and comfortably as it can be for everyone. So just cooperating with what you're asked to do and what we have in place to ensure that safety would probably be the biggest thing that parents can do. Let their children know that they're safe at school, that we're going to take care of them from the time they get there to the time they leave, whenever that might be.
I assume counselors have been made available at the schools to talk to the kids about what happened?
Every school has a counselor individually during the school day, but in addition to that, we have made available to our principals, if they felt like they needed additional counselors, that we would provide them from other schools within the system. Yes, sir.
So let's talk about long-term now. You indicated earlier that you were looking at some of the designs of some of the building, and you've already contacted a company. Tell me about that.
Yes, we used company known Hewlett Spencer LLC that does a lot of our development for us in terms of building and programs, and we've contacted them already, asked them to find an architect that they felt was the appropriate individuals had some experience with security entrances and those type of facilities, and we have given them a directive to review all of our buildings. We've got technically 20 schools in the county, and we want to look at from the newest to the oldest, to the most recently upgraded, to the ones that are in most need of upgrading, to see what can we do in Robertson County to improve, to ensure that our facilities are as secure as they can be, that they have the necessary elements of technology that are available that will give our people tools to work with to ensure that safety and specifically a secure entrance for the building.
And as I'm sure his information starts to trickle out of Connecticut, as it relates to exactly how he gained entrance into the building, perhaps we could gain some usable data there.
Certainly. We would expect over some period of time that law enforcement agencies will certainly review that situation step by step. They will be able to tell us at some point exactly what went through the motions in that individual gaining entrance to the school, and hopefully provide us perhaps with some recommendations that would be able to be implemented here in Robertson County and other schools across the state of Tennessee that would help reduce the chances of that occurring again.
I guess in closing, there are some systems in place if you believe that or have a concern, a safety issue around one of the schools. There's a phone number on the website. Do you want to just elaborate on that for just a moment?
Yes, we have a hotline tip number that's published on the website. I think you probably will be providing that for your viewers. Also, that we would encourage anyone who feels like that there's something unusual, something out of the ordinary, something that would cause them to be suspicious of anything, to please use those numbers. I think you can use voice numbers and also text numbers to contact us so that we can conduct a proper investigation to determine if indeed there is something suspicious that needs to be dealt with.
Well, again, thank you very much for your time, Dan.
Thank you, sir. Enjoyed you being here today.
It may be the most important picture you'll ever have taken. A high-tech image with remarkable clarity that can help diagnose your medical condition and potentially save your life. Advanced medical imaging, all the services you need with convenience and compassion. Northcrest Medical Center, bringing exceptional care to our community.